Pro Performance is a series that we put on, and at the core of it, the goal is how can we help our broker partners and their realtor friends that they're bringing to All Access or that are watching us virtually, how can we make you guys better? How can we help you grow your business? This is not a Rocket Pro TPO sales pitch. This is not a, hey, use this product with Rocket. It has nothing to do with that. So in the past, what we've done is a lot of different things, and it's always in the vein of how can we help our partners grow their business? How can we help our partners get better? And in this one, I'm actually very excited for, because what we did is, over the years, we've traveled the country. Me personally, my name's Paul Utum. I'm the Vice President of Sales. I've traveled the country, met with broker partners. We bring partners in. We always ask, hey, what can we do to help your business? What can we do to help you grow? And one common theme that we always hear about from partners is, hey, I know social media is a thing. I'm just not comfortable with it. I need help getting comfortable with it. I need to know, hey, I'm doing social media, but where do I go from here? How do I turn it into closed loans? How do I turn it into leads? How do I activate this kind of stuff? And what's cool is this Pro Performance, we reached out to some partners that are actually doing this at an extremely high level. And so, again, my name's Paul Utuma. Up on the screen here, I'm going to bring these individuals out in a little bit. We have Min, we have Adam, and we have Sosi. You'll see underneath their names, that's their Instagram handle for the company What's a Mortgage. They're from What's a Mortgage. So feel free to follow them if you're not already on Instagram and any other social media. They're all over all the different types of social media. But what this team has done is truly remarkable. This team, over just the last few years, has closed over $1 billion in mortgages by leveraging social media to drive lead flow and convert that lead flow into closings. So the goal of this training is to show you, number one, how to create content, how to get comfortable creating content. Number two, how to turn that content into ads, which turns into leads. And then number three, once you get those leads, how do you convert those? Because real talk, a lead is not the same lead. If somebody from a social media platform isn't necessarily the same thing you're going to buy from LendingTree that had or a Credit Trigger that just had their credit pulled or anything like this. Is a little bit of a different experience. So they're going to walk you through the client journey and what they're going to see, and how you can take content that you create, getting comfortable with doing that first, and then how you can really leverage that and turn that into conversion at scale. And that's what these guys have done. Like I said, these guys have done an incredible job at this. Over $1 billion closed in the last few years. I would say that deserves a round of applause, right? And again, our goal is to teach you how to do the same exact thing. So these guys have been grateful enough, or gracious enough, I should say, to actually bring this type of training to you. Normally you have to pay a lot of money for something like this. They're giving it to you for free right here. And I'll challenge everybody that's watching virtually, there's an opportunity to ask questions in the Q&A on the bottom of your screen. Feel free to feed some questions into that. And what these guys are going to do after over the next couple of days is they're going to take the questions that people ask virtually, and they're going to answer those questions virtually through social media. So hopefully you're following at What's a Mortgage, right? And you'll see the answers to those questions come through over the coming days. So it's a very unique experience that you guys are all going to get today. So without further ado, I want to introduce a good friend of mine, Min Nguyen. Min, come on out. And again, you guys have probably seen this guy, but you're about to witness something extraordinary today. Thanks.
Where my mortgage brokers at? Can I get a, oh yeah? Oh, yeah. Where are my real estate agents at? Can I get a, oh yeah? Who's here's first time here out to Detroit? Amazing, right? Nothing like the 8 Mile, right? Completely different. I came out here last year for the first time, and I've been here a couple times, and every time I come out, everyone's so welcoming here. Let's get our hand of applause for Rocket Pro TPO. Thank you guys for having us. Really appreciate that. And you're coming out here and you're meeting so many nice people, and you're connecting with this person or that person. And on the day, you leave here with more friends, and you leave here sharper, because we need to work together as brokers, especially if there's a lot of changes happening in the industry. If you guys don't know who I am, he said it earlier, my name is Min Nguyen. I am the face of What's a Mortgage. I've been doing loans since 2003, and our page has been around since 2017. Oh wait, forgot before I start. I gotta do this. I need everyone to smile really quick. Take a picture back here. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Ah! Cool. Thank you. Got to post a picture in a second. So, social media, it's a crazy time. It's a crazy time in 2024, okay? Anyone going through some changes in 2024? A lot is happening. Things that you didn't experience before is happening. And I'm going to share with you guys 2 things that are happening that you might not notice happening in 2024. Number 1, the ban of TikTok. Wow. Anyone here use TikTok? Think about this, using TikTok, and now it's banned, and today TikTok is actually suing the United States for violating the First Amendment. We don't know what's gonna happen, but we do know change is happening. And when change happens, there's 2 types of people. There's people who are gonna be ready, adapt to change, and there's people who think nothing's gonna happen, they're gonna get squeezed out. So of course, low key, if you know, especially people who are watching on Zoom right now, low key, I'm actually glad it's happening. I'm an Instagram guy. So TikTok just got eliminated. That's like 75% of my competition just went away. I do feel sad, not gonna lie, but actually on the inside I'm happy. Right? I am happy, like 75% go. But imagine it was vice versa, because I'm an Instagram guy. TikTok, there's a lot more dancing. So imagine me on TikTok explaining loans like this. VOE 4506, right? Not gonna happen. So I'm kind of glad it went the opposite direction. So also, real estate agents. Where are my realtors at again? With the NAR settlement, right? Let's talk about it. And I'm not gonna say we're gonna see what's gonna happen, but overall, some change is happening. Raise your hand if you feel there's gonna be big changes happening. Right? Some people do, and then raise your hand if you don't. But no matter what, we need to expect change. And that happened to loan officers, man. Anyone who's been a loan officer 2010? Dodd-Frank, right? Kicked us in the new, you know what? 2010 came, if you didn't know. They changed the rules on how we can charge on a loan. Some loan officers were like, oh, it's no big deal. And the ones that thought it was a big deal and adapted that in TRID are the ones who rose to the top and who are the ones killing it. And the ones who didn't adapt to it fell away, because there's no way you can survive on 1 or 2 loans anymore like you did before 2010. So with all that change happening, what are you gonna do? And that happened to me. 2017. Social media changed my life, changed my career. But let me share with you a little bit about my career. So I started the business in 2003. Anyone here started before me? Ooh, there's some veterans out there, huh? So I started in 2003 just like everyone else. You start the business, what do people tell you to do? If you work hard, you're gonna make money. In 2003, cold calling, Zillow, mailers, past clients, open house, door knocking. And if you're old school, you're OG, triple OG, you know about fax blasting. Remember fax blasting before it became a no-no? I was there before it became a no-no. Back then, remember, it was just e-fax. So I built my business 2003, going up to 2015. All of a sudden, the crash happened in 2008. I sat through the crash. There was change, and I adapted to change in 2008. 2008 up to 2015, I started funding 60 to 80 million a month with my team. And I was making 5/8, do the math. Crazy, right? I would literally go out and people would have bottles of watermelon juice freshly made for me. That's how crazy I lived my life. And then 2015, I thought, you know what? It's time to leave my company and start my own company. In those 2 years, as I left my company, right, I did the whole Jerry Maguire, who's with me? Half the people came, half of them didn't, so I lost half my pipe. But I'm thinking, I can still do this. So I left, I started, and I didn't realize I'm the rainmaker, I just didn't know how to run a business. I didn't adapt to that change. And I'm just pushing forward. From 2015 to 2017, I see my business slowly dwindling away. You guys ever go through that where you had a good month, but the next month there's nothing in the pipe? Right? You keep going through and you keep spending more on these realtors or their Zillow. I'm not saying blaming realtors, but you're spending, hoping that finally I'm gonna break through. And 2017 came. And I saw I was losing more money than making money in 2017. So of course, I tried to adapt to change. I didn't know what it was yet. What's the change? What am I gonna do? I went back to my old ways, 2003, right? How many of you guys went back to your old ways knowing that the pipe is dwindling up? We start calling again, talking to realtors again. I've never drank more cups of coffee than I did in 2017. I was like, oh my God, who wants another cup of coffee? Oh my God, you want to meet too? You want to meet too? And then you got that one realtor Who orders on the bottom right side of the menu? That's the no-no side when you're on a budget, right? That's where the filet mignon is, right? On the bottom right side. And I was stressed out. And I remember 2017, it was like June, or May or June. And I'm sitting there, I'm not trying to get religious on anybody, but I'm sitting there like, God, what did I do wrong? I'm good to people. I work hard. You feel that way? You work hard. You're doing everything needed, but nothing is happening, okay? And I'm sitting there like, God, I need a sign. I'm about to lose everything. Like, I think losing everything wasn't bad, but being embarrassed of losing everything to all your employees and your friends and your wife and your family. Especially being Vietnamese, my mom's like, told you so, she'll finish college, right? Now you bring it out after like 15 years later. You should have finished college. And I'm sitting there, God, I need a sign. And all of a sudden, the heavens opened, and a sign came down. It was this sign.
Here in my garage, just bought this new Lamborghini here. It's fun to drive up here in the Hollywood Hills. But you know what I like a lot more than materialistic things? Knowledge. In fact, I'm a lot more proud of these 7 new bookshelves that I had to get installed to hold 2,000 new books that I bought. It's like the billionaire Warren Buffett says, the more you learn, the more you earn.
This video changed my career. It showed me, you know what? My clients are not at open houses. They're not door knocking. They're not even on Zillow, which you would think that, right? The future, it's not on Zillow. It's not with my realtors. It was on what? Social media. Back in 2017, this video also showed me paid advertising was the cheapest it's ever been. Of course, what did I do when you feel like you struck gold? You start digging. And I'm rushing to Facebook. I'm rushing to YouTube. I'm rushing to Instagram. I'm the first one there. I show up on Instagram like, crickets, no one's there. Oh my gosh, I'm about to drop an album that goes platinum. Oh my gosh, I'm ready, right? Watermelon juice, come back. And you think, right? I think sometimes you guys or ladies, you put this outfit together, you're ready to go post something on Instagram, it took you 2 hours for a 1-minute post, it doesn't go viral. That's what happened to me. Right? I post twice a day. So June 2017, while I was losing all my money, right? I was losing my money. I was posting twice a day, went live twice a week. I was staring at the camera, and guess what? No one was staring back. I was sweating profusively every time I had to go live. And one day, that's what I'm telling you guys, you post as much as you can, because you don't know, every squirrel finds a nut. But you only find the nut if you keep looking for it.
Did you know 50% of escrows close late? Did you know that a good portion of it actually doesn't close at all? How would you like it? You gave your deposit check. You already thought about your furniture, and your wife is raving to her friends, oh my God, Becky, we got the home. Guess what? You didn't. And the number one reason why you didn't was this. Give me a V. V. I got your V. I got your V. Give me an O. O. I got your O. I got your O. Give me an E. E. I got your E. I got your E. What's that spell? VOE. What's that spell? VOE. Verification of employment.
See, if I was taller, you would see the full E. But here, for the E, you guys to see the full E. I know, like, it's not an E or an F. No, it was an E, not VOF, VOE. Okay? Also, there was no filters back then, all right, guys? So, this video, in 2017, when I was losing everything, because I was my own bank, I scratched in debt, I owed 1.1 million at the end of 2017. While I was losing everything, I'm like, everyone's telling me I'm crazy for doing social. Like, Min's lost it. He lost all his money. He's out there like an idiot. My parents, everyone thought I was crazy. And I was posting, and nothing happened. 2018, right? This video dropped February 2017, or 2018. Right before I sold my house, I liquidated everything. Right? We had $500,000 left in my house, equity. My wife took $250,000. I took $250,000. I paid off creditors another $200,000. I owed $50,000. I held on to my last $50,000. Right? And I owed $660,000 March 2018. I won't forget it. And I took a bet on myself because I wanted change. I know you guys want change too, but how much change do you want? Are you willing to bet everything on yourself with change? So I put $100 a day. March 2018. By the end of May 2018, I funded 9 loans. By November, I made $1 million. I paid back the whole $166,000, and I paid off my taxes. But I never gave up, because why? I wanted change. I wanted something different. And I knew content, you get lucky, right? Every squirrel finds a nut. The reason why I do so much content, I have friends that they are amazing at speaking. They have a British accent. You guys want to talk about the Mortgage Kitchen? My boy, I rock with the Mortgage Kitchen, right? I'm not viral. I'm short and chubby. I'm 5'5" on a good day, right? You don't have to be perfect on social. You just need to keep putting it out there. And eventually, you'll find your video. And this video changed my life forever. I caught the bug and I never turned back. And that you guys could be in the same position. Now, 7 years later, I got 330,000 followers. And I started with just a video. Just post a video, and then the ones that do well, which my partner will go over in a little bit, can go viral. And once it does, I only hit 2,000 views on that video, by the way, and I put money behind it. I hit 1.1 million within 60 days. And that's how I launched my career. It wasn't anything special. And some guys are thinking, well, it's not for me. I don't have your personality. I didn't have this personality 7 years ago, right? I had to develop this, right? Because I wanted change. I needed to pay the bills, right? I don't want to take a 1003 anymore. Anyone still taking 1003s? No. Now, I heard it's called IRLA, by the way. My bad. It's called IRLA, right? I don't want to take an IRLA. So I wanted to change, so I started doing something different. But there's like 2 guys I want you guys to look up. One guy's name is Braden Fulcrum. He gained 1 million followers in 9 months. And he's a Mormon, quiet guy, and he just reads off lists. That guy went viral. Scott Bentley, #1 TikToker. Right now he's on Instagram, of course. Now I'm ahead of the game, because TikTok's gone. But that guy he turned himself into a millionaire 5 years ago. So don't think that, am I too late? You're not too late. It's just up to you to embrace change. Anyone here want change? Yes. Right? Say it with me. It's not too late for me. Say it. It's not too late for me. It's not too late for me. It's never too late for you. It's never too late. Right? It's never too late. Thank you, guys.
Amen. All right. Hey, you can tell that guy has a lot of energy, right? You don't need that much energy to get good at this, I promise you. But look, Min showed you how to create some content, maybe get out of your own head a little bit about creating the content. And he's done a great job at that. But that's half the battle, right? That's the first piece of this puzzle. Once you have the content, really, what do you do next with the content? How do you turn that content into leads, right? And Adam, come on out, Adam. Adam's going to do a great job at this because Adam's done this at a very high level. Give Adam a round of applause. Adam's going to walk you through this journey a little bit further and show you how to take the content that you create and how to take it to the next level and turn it into leads. So, all right, Adam.
Hello, everyone. Whoa, mic's a little bit loud. Thank you guys for coming. I want to thank Rocket TPO Pro for allowing us to come speak to you. This is exciting because a lot of people have been talking about social media. A lot of people have been talking about how to get to the consumer. And what we wanted to deliver for everyone here and everyone that's streaming online is how to take social media and turn content into leads. So, quick backstory. I've known Min since I was 18 years old, 21 years. He brought me in the industry around 2005. Then I left, worked at a bank for a little bit, worked at a direct lender, came back in the industry when everyone got out. Then we separated, went our different ways, worked at a couple different banks. And when this went down, he hired my younger brother to figure out social media. So he was the one that sent him that video and also filmed the verification of employment video. What's been tough is, my brother had a vision, and that was to redefine the real estate and mortgage industry, empower the consumer through creative content and education, making sure they're well informed and they get the best deal for them. So just a couple years ago, even recently, because of the market, I've been an LO, I've been a sales manager, I've been an EVP, and now we've built this company. I think just recently we went from 10 LOs, and now we're tripling our growth rapidly fast. But I want to come here with tactics and strategy. Now, one thing, we went through our dry run yesterday. I said, I'll take the least amount of time. I want to thank Ian for sitting through my 37-minute TED Talk run, even though I only have 10 minutes. So I had to kind of condense this speech. So I want you guys to repeat after me. And I want you to say it loud. Say, I am an influencer. I am a practitioner. Okay, now that we're all influencers and practitioners, let's talk some strategy. So information is the oil of the 21st century, and analytics is the combustion engine. So over 7 years, working in the back of my garage with my younger brother, trying to figure this out. They don't teach this stuff in school. You know where they teach it? YouTube, Google. 2019, so my brother ran marketing. He supported Min. I ran the sales team. Passed away a week after we joined a company in a tragic accident. So we've been carrying this fight forward. So I'm going to take the 7 years of what we learned that started in the back of our garage. I'm going to give you all the information. No problem. And guess what? It's free. Everyone likes free? Yeah, I like free. All right, so I've been through hundreds of tools. I'm going to give you the best of the best. I want to get super tactical. Don't worry if I talk fast. This is being recorded. It'll be posted on YouTube. You got questions after? We're around. So what do? There's 3 different components to social media. Content. Min just talked about it. Tomorrow, another good buddy of ours, Neil, will be on stage. We'll also talk about deploying content. More content, more analytics, more data. So Min has a cadence, deploys content, and I'm looking at the analytics on the back end. So first is figure out content. Watch our page. It's information that's available to you. We're repeating the information that's given to us across the industry. You are all influencers, and now you're practitioners. So our whole strategy here is deploy content, I get analytics, I read the data, and then guess what? I put some ads behind it. But too often the failure in businesses today is they're always worried about leads, conversions. There are humans on the other side of this, and it is our job to help them create wealth. Since we're all influencers and we're becoming practitioners, it's important that you understand this. For loan officers, you work with realtors. You call your realtors, you wait for 6 months for an opportunity, you take them to coffee, and then what happens? You get the worst deal that there is because their lender failed. And then you have one at bat, 6 months. What if I told you take that same energy and you talk about your value prop, but go on social? Guess what? It's direct to consumer. Fall in love with the payment before you fall in love with the house. So back to the slide right here, brand awareness. You have to understand this. But you can't build a brand unless you're doing content first. So this is the back-end insights. I'll break this slide down. The whole theory behind everything we do is behind a book that Gary Vee, who knows Gary Vee? Gary Vaynerchuk? If you don't, you need to follow his page. He wrote a book in 2013 called Jab, 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 Right Hook. Give value, then ask. You know what we found out? You just start giving value. You don't even have to ask. The information that you think is out there is not out there. You want to know how I know? Because when you see some slides later and people that are asking questions, we're not doing a good enough job educating the consumer. And I can tell you now, when someone opts in, they will have consumed 1 to 3 hours of our video content. There's another new book, because we're going to be practitioners, so I want you guys to pick up Jab, 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 Right Hook. And then there's a new one that's pre-order, Day Trading Attention, also written by Gary Vee. Those 2 books, they're going to change your life. I don't even know the second one, but I know Gary Vee, and it's going to make a big difference. So let's talk about the back end now. So Min deploys content, more videos, more engagement, more data. You never know when a video is going to go viral. You never know. But the more content you put out, the more opportunities that you have. So this slide is directly from our back-end analytics. And this is from just Facebook and Instagram. There's different strategies for different platforms. But I'll just go here through Meta. What you guys see there is we're just jabbing, consistently jabbing. And I'm watching people, how long they're engaging with the content. 25%, 50%, 75%, 95%. Do you guys see that at the bottom? It's a penny. And this is what's crazy about social media when they start putting up, what's the goal of social media? Keep people on the platform. If your content isn't good or you're just putting up images, you're going to pay more. It'll still work because it's underpriced. But I'm telling you, if you just put up information and you learn how to deploy, you could become the mayor of your city, the mayor of your county. Remember I told you I was going to give you guys away tools for free? All right, so where do you learn this stuff? YouTube. Facebook also has courses, free. Meta Blueprint, look it up. It's free. Tools that we use to read analytics, Metricool. Plug in all of your social media handles. That tool is also free. Communicating with the consumer, we use a tool called ManyChat. It was the first one that integrated with Instagram DMs. We didn't have that the first 4 years. It was tough. Because I never know when he's going to have a viral video, and we're going to get hit with a bunch of DMs that we're not prepared for. And then another easy way, well, we're going to come up with ideas for content. Follow our page. It's the same information that's out there. And guess what? There's a new tool called ChatGPT, also free. Is everyone familiar with ChatGPT? I'm just going to let you know, AI is here. Get used to it. I think Rocket just hired a new CTO yesterday from Intel to run AI. And it's not here to take our jobs. People need the information. They still want to talk to a human. But at least we can give them information a lot quicker. All right, so I'm going to give you an example now. Christmas, about what, 2023, December 21st, Min launches a video about the Purchase Plus. And this product's great. Is everyone familiar with the Purchase Plus? This product is insane because now they're in certain census tracts to help serve the underserved. But how do you get the message out? Well, deploy ads. But then when he launches a video, I don't know if I'm going to run an ad on it or not. But this one went viral. 300 DMs in an hour and a half. Organic. And we weren't ready for it. So we had to get our team all online to respond to people that needed assistance. And from that December 21st, I think it ended up being like 430 DMs. We closed 10 million in business. We have a couple hundred pre-approvals that generated from it because now we're running ads on it. And then we drive them to a tool that we use called the Wham Wallet. So if you go on the App Store, look up the Wham Wallet. Education, free tool. Give them the information. Meet the consumer at the right time and the right place. So the next video I'm going to show you, now you understand content, now you understand how I read analytics, now you're going to see the success and the exact video that we ran that led to the business. And again, that video was organic, how much business that we got from it. Take a look at this. But one more thing before I leave. I just want you guys to remember, you're influencers now, you're practitioners. Jab, 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 jab. Give value to the consumer. They deserve it. They don't know what we know. And there's less of us now in the industry. So remember, just keep jabbing. Keep adding value. If you have any questions, we're here to help. Because there's so much opportunity and it's underpriced. It's free and it costs a penny. Check this video out.
What's the best first-time homebuyer program? I think the best I've seen is called the Purchase Plus. So about 6 months ago, What's a Mortgage partnered with Rocket TPO to bring this product out. I knew it was good, but I didn't know it was this good. The Purchase Plus is giving $5,250 to cover down payment or closing costs, and an additional $500 to cover the appraisal. The Purchase Plus is a conventional loan program, but with no loan level pricing adjustments, so it's cheaper than a typical conventional loan. Also, if you put less than 20% down, the PMI is cheaper than regular PMI. So here's how you qualify. You have to be a first-time homebuyer. That means you can't own a home in the past 3 years. The second thing, you have to be currently renting in a specific census tract. In the beginning of 2023, there was only 2,000 cities. Now there's 12,000 cities. As long as you're currently renting in this tracts, you can buy anywhere you want. Cool thing is there is no income limits on this program. So if you're interested in the Purchase Plus, reach out to your local mortgage broker that's approved with Rocket TPO. Or if you want help from the What's a Mortgage team through WestCap, click the link below.
All right, so now you're seeing how this is coming together, right? Like they're creating the content, Adam behind the scenes is like, hey, if this video hits, guess what? Now he's deploying that in different areas. He's finding, hey, where else would this video resonate with people that are in these specific areas, and boom, now that video's going out there. Then these DMs come through, right? And like you said, 300 inside of an hour and a half. It's like, what do we do now, right? And the cool thing is I'm gonna bring Sosi on stage. Sosi, where you at? Sosi is gonna show you how they convert these at scale, because it's not just like, hey, I got engaged. Like, what do you do with the engagement now? Like, now I have engagement. How do I turn the engagement into loans, into closings, into revenue for your company? And so Sosi is gonna walk you through that journey of a client from when they say, hey, tell me more.
Tell me more.
Tell me more.
Well, thank you guys, everyone, for coming back from lunch. I hope you guys have been filled. I hope you've been getting some really good information. So to help make sure that we take this information and truly ensure it's going to do something in your business, I want you guys to humor me on a little exercise. So if you're online, get ready on your keyboards. If you're online and you're in a conference room with multiple people, you get to practice this there. But if you're here, I want you to look to one of your neighbors, choose whichever one you want, and I want you to share what has been your biggest takeaway so far. So humor me on it. Speak to each other, give the biggest takeaway so far. All right, so you guys, it's still going. I love it. I learned a lot. Okay, enough sharing. It's my turn. All right. This next part of our conversation is going to be really important. This is the topic that I love and have a passion to speak about the most. If you guys don't know who I am, my name is Sosi. I'm one of the co-leaders here at What's a Mortgage. What we focus on is wanting to make sure that when Min's content starts getting engaged and he starts seeing those likes, we take those likes through a process, right? Add them retargets, get those people into a conversation, and then we're able to see those likes actually turn into loans. So if you're sitting here and you're like, this is all like new stuff, it doesn't really matter. Again, I hope you've seen, and I'll share a little bit right now as well, that these likes actually impact your business. This could be a lead source that radically changes your life. And so what we're gonna be going through today are 3 major lessons for you to take away. And these are gonna be lessons that you can implement whether you're gonna be doing the social media leads in a massive scale like us, or if you're gonna be doing social media leads to re-engage your realtors or re-engage your past clients. Whatever lead source you're looking at, these 3 lessons are gonna be crucial. A little bit about our numbers, just because I know how it is. I've been sitting there and I'm always like, who is this person? As far as myself, 0 to 5 years, I've been in the industry 7 years now. 5th year, I hit 100 million. It was really neat, right under 100 million, I should share. This year to date, I've been at about 25 million in personal production. Have had some good success, especially in a down market. What we lead, though, is something I'm even more impressed and excited about, right? When you see all these leads start coming out that you hear talking about, we're generating about 1,000 leads on average, and right now our pipeline is right under 110. This stuff works. This is a down market. This stuff works. So before we go into 3 lessons, let's look at the fundamental piece we all need to know. To help understand the fundamental piece, I'll share a little bit about my story. I used to be a pastor back in the day, and I switched from being employed in that job or in that ministerial position, and I switched this vocation in mortgage because everyone does that, right? No, I know it's really unique, but for me, the reason I did is I started getting this conviction. I saw my mom get mortgage guidance by a guy at my church. He had the best intention. I mean, this guy had a heart of gold. But what he taught me was that good intentions don't equal good advice. There was a necessity for so much more. And so as I started developing my career in mortgage, I started doing some calculations. And I took a 30-year loan. I took a 2-day pre-approval process. I took a 45-day home search. And I took a 30-day close. And you know what numbers that showed me? Numerically, it brought me to this position understanding that this industry and the training we've had set us up to abandon the client and only service them for less than 1% of their home journey. I mean, go into that a little bit more. Think about it. When does a client become your client? When it closes. But when it closes, what do we call them? Past clients. Our training has been centered around abandoning them after the close. And so as I did these numbers, what we started coming to the conviction of is that the consumer deserved more. And what you've seen with Min, what you've seen with Adam, is that conviction has now been threaded through the DNA of everything we do. And we've seen the consumer not only deserves more, but they're gonna search for more. And if you're not there to deliver it for them, somebody else is gonna. Right? How many of your clients have been asking you if you know as much as they've researched on Google? Stuff is real. And so the lessons that I want to share with you today, again, write them down, apply them, because they're gonna have a great impact. First lesson, this is the training we do for our sales staff, right? So we have north of 20 LOs now, I think. I haven't even been able to keep up, to be honest. But we have north of 20 LOs now that have been committed to our team. They're coming on, they're going through the training. You guys are gonna have access to a training very similar to this if you would like at the end of this presentation. But the lesson here that I wanna share is that we have created a process so that we can control the experience. Why is that important? Because if you don't control the experience, guess what you're not gonna be able to control either? The outcome, right? So if you have never created infrastructure, whether for yourself when you're a team of one, when I first started in this industry, literally, you know what I did? I wrote down every single thing that I was supposed to be responsible for so I could know my job description and go execute. So whether you're a team of one or you're leading a team of 20, 50, 100 LOs, if you don't have a roadmap of your product and how it looks and what you're delivering to your referral partners, what you're able to market on social media, what you're being able to offer, you're missing the target. And so if you don't control the experience, you won't control the outcome. So this is just a little example because for us, when Min gets people all excited and he does his Min thing right and all the Minglish that he does, and he gets people all stoked, and they're like, yeah, I saw that guy pick his nose and I want to go learn from him now about mortgages. They come to us, and what do? We continue to echo the conviction. We're not here to just help you with less than 1% of the home ownership journey. We're here to help you with so much more. So we're able to control the client experience and show them value past the, hey, what's your rate? Next lesson, lost leads. This is one that I learned very early on in my career. I got mentored by a realtor who did about 368 units a year, and he showed me on the loan side how to be able to make sure, or 368 units a year, not loans, he was on the real estate side. He showed me on my end how to be able to make sure to deliver something for referral partners, and that's translated very easily into the social media world. You should have no lost leads, meaning this, fill all your cracks. We used to have conversations with realtors, and how many realtors were here? Ah, sweet. I won't call you guys out for an example, right? But I'd go to a realtor and we'd start a conversation and we start speaking about how much business they closed. Right? And they can be 20, 40, 50, whatever the scenario is. But you look at the closing of the transactions. Then you go, how many people did you speak with in that funnel? The whole year. How many people you speak with? How many people came to your open houses? How many people did you engage with? Let's say it's 1,000. And they close 90. The next question is what? What happened to that 910? From our self-studies that we did back in the day when I was doing this in the first year of my career, we started seeing that on average, about 30% of those, because we'd track them afterwards, they would typically go and close somewhere else. And so I'd ask the real estate agent, I'd be like, why do you think that they didn't close with you? Was it because you're not talented enough? No. What was it? Many times, and this is just theory, right? I'm not testing this or trying to throw out all those pieces, but many times it seemed to be because they just weren't there. So think about it. You do all this work to get all this attention and all these leads, and you do all this training to make sure everyone has the high mortgage IQ and the conviction of servicing the client in the years to come, and then all of a sudden, you miss a call, or they didn't answer, and they go into this black hole of your CRM, if you have one, and they're lost forever. But if you would have had a system that was put together that wouldn't let them get lost, what would that result in for you guys? More business. Even if that added 10 more to a realtor partner, how much better would their life be? And as a loan officer, if that added 15 more on a yearly basis, how much better would life be? So this lesson here, when you're looking at this is a Monday board that we created. Spent about 6 hours. And you guys might hear that and be like, oh, you must have time though, because you're just a leader now. No, I'm a leader, I'm a producer, I'm a father, I'm a husband, right? I'm an active member of my community as much as I can be at least. All of us have limited time. And what I want to emphasize here is I spent all those hours rewriting over 20 campaigns so that my team has a plug and play model so that if a lead goes somewhere where they need to be reconnected, we need to follow up with them on tax returns, we need to talk through XYZ, they were speaking to their spouse, and so now we need to see when we can meet for our appointment. Every campaign is laid out so that there's no cracks. So second lesson, spend time, identify your cracks, use your intellectual property, use your sales skills, write out what you want in collaboration with ChatGPT or independently of it, it doesn't matter. Do your stuff so that you can make sure you're ready to capture all that business. Third lesson. This is one of my favorites. That guy who mentored me that I spoke of earlier, the realtor who did 368 units a year, one of the things he showed me very early on in my career was that many of us here, whether realtors, loan officers, whoever it is, many of us operate our businesses like a mom and pop restaurant. Right? We get to know the orders, we get to know the names, we get to do all these things to make them love us. Yet we've never created a franchise plan. We've never written down the recipe. So when mom and pop are no longer there, neither is the business. So this third lesson is wanting to make sure that all of us write down our recipes. Have your training where you know, and every single team member of you knows, what their job is so you can actually execute on your product. Fill your cracks so you can ensure you don't lose opportunities, because all of us as business owners here know one of the greatest costs for us are missed opportunities. It's opportunity costs. And then third, make sure that you've written down the recipe, the secret juju that you got that makes you impactful in what you do. Right? And so when you look at our Monday board, there's just one quick example, literally line by line by line, even the stuff that you just think is the most common sense. When this happens and this and this, and then we have templates filed on the right, we have scriptings for them, we've gone through trainings with them, everything is written down so that you can multiply yourself, because if you can multiply, what does that mean you can do to your business? Scale, right? Third lesson, write down your recipe. And here's one of the really cool things to help you as you write out your recipe. If you're thinking to yourself, well, I just don't know how to train to it, this, that, and the other. I used to, and I probably won't mention their name because I didn't ask Rocket if I could earlier, but I used to work for one of the #1 IMBs in the country, and their support was so amazing. And I was actually really scared to leave the IMB space and come into the broker space because I thought I wasn't going to be able to find the tools I needed like I had previously. Two of the tools I loved was this really great tool that helped me find guidelines at a moment's notice. And then another great tool I loved was being able to send a client package to a credit concierge and having that upgraded without me doing anything. So if you guys see up here, Pathfinder, credit upgrade, killer resources. So if you feel a little overwhelmed going, I don't know how I'm going to train my team, use the tools. The last one here is one that I didn't have access before, but I just closed a loan last week. I think it was 10 days total. We rescued it from another scenario because they couldn't get the condo stuff, so we used Condo Simply. Boom. Closed. Gesundheit. All because of what? This tool here. So use the tools, plan out for lesson 3, write your recipes, use the partners you have, especially like the ones we have here at Rocket, and build your business for scale. Here's an example of what could happen if you don't take these lessons to heart.
If you're gonna buy a condo, the worst position to be in is 2 to 3 weeks while you're in escrow, you find out the condo is not warrantable, and then you lost about a couple $1,000s. And now with the lack of single family homes for sale, a lot of people are going out and buying condos, so we're seeing this problem pop up more and more and more. So here's how you get around the situation if you're still gonna buy a condo. First, ask the seller if the condo is warrantable or not. I don't know why a lot of buyer's agents and lenders don't ask the seller up front. Number two, get the HOA questionnaire filled out right away by the HOA. Don't order the appraisal yet until the HOA questionnaire comes back clean. That will tell you if the condo is warrantable or not. Also, ask the seller for a longer contingency period so you can protect your deposit. Number three, the easy route, go with the mortgage broker that's approved with Rocket TPO. Brokers who are approved with Rocket TPO have access to a tool called Pathfinder. In Pathfinder, there's an additional tool called Condo Simply. With Condo Simply, you upload the information about the condo complex. It will provide the data if the condo is warrantable or not. That's gonna save me money on appraisal and protect my buyer's deposit. So if you're gonna buy a condo.
All right, so I should clarify, we don't work for Rocket, right? We have a company called What's a Mortgage. It's in partnership with West Capital Lending, so just clarify there. But the tools have been fantastic. And so even here, as you heard earlier with Adam, right? We launched this video, we get all these DMs, same thing happened here. But you know what the other thing that happened here? Our team didn't know how to use the tool. So when I'm telling you guys lessons of make sure you have a blueprint, make sure you have your cracks filled, make sure that you have a model that you have laid out in easy training, the recipe written down so you can scale, I'm speaking from these lessons of experience going, we didn't do it super well, and it kind of chopped our feet down a little bit. We got back up and we're running again, but we're hoping to be able to give you guys these lessons so that you can have a faster learning curve and ultimately more families can actually be served in the way they deserve. Because again, we're up here not by some type of pay, we're up here because we have a conviction the consumer deserves better, and all of us get to be a part of that. And so the last piece here is something from Thomas Edison as the rest of the crew comes up. Good fortune is what happens when opportunity meets with planning. Look, Wham hasn't just gotten lucky, because luck doesn't exist, according to good old Tommy here, right? Luck is when planning and opportunity meet. And so the way that we've not just become a social media spark, but we've created a fire of being able to service the consumer in the way they deserve has been proper planning, all driven by conviction that's centered on the consumer. And so I hope that encourages you guys. Thank you for coming out, and we're gonna finish up with a little bit here.
One piece, but it's really about the execution, and these guys have been executed at a high level. So I'm gonna have them come out one more time. Adam, Min, Sosi, give these guys a round of applause. I think they did a phenomenal job. And look, like they said, this is years in the making of like learning, trial and error. You're not gonna figure this out right away. Now the good news is that there's no way possible that they could have given you all the info that they really have deep down inside of 45 minutes of this training. So you can feel free to scan this QR code and there will be more information. They'll have a sign-up page. They'll be able to get you additional content. There's future classes coming and stuff like that. So whether you're virtual, go ahead and click or scan that with your phone. With your phone here, feel free to scan it. And again, more information to come. So look, with that, I just want to say thank you. Thank you guys for attending. First pro performance, I think it was a hit. And again, this is all in the spirit of how can we help you grow? How can we help you get better? And I think you guys did a great job of sharing your wealth of information. So thank you guys. All right, I'm going to bring Allison up here to talk about what the next steps of.
My favorite symphony. Oh. Six stars, Samir and Cyrus. We're like a ticking clock, breaking the silence. Tell me it's you I want. I'm undecided. I'm falling in.